On the night of Mahashivratri, there comes a time when you close your eyes and see Shiva. You see Shiva, and as you see, you both become one. And after that, the experience that you have, the state of experience that you have, is actually called Mahashivratri. On the internet, someone tells you about the 4 prayers. Someone tells you how to fast. Someone says that if there are changes in the planets, then the energy will rise up that night, the energy will come down. But Mahashivratri has nothing to do with all this. In reality, Mahashivratri is what I told you earlier. And in reality, you can experience this in yourself. This happens in reality. And that is what is called Mahashivratri. How does it happen? How to experience it? If you trust this unknown person for 5 to 10 minutes, then he will tell you. Let's talk further. You must be seeing 2 different views on top. On one side is the universe, and on the other side is your body. That night that will happen in the universe will also happen in your body. Aham Brahmasmi, Yatha Brahmanda Tatha Pinde, what is in the universe is also in the body. So we just celebrate the Mahashivratri of the universe. But the same thing is happening in your body, which is happening in the universe that night, is also happening in your body. The day you understand that, then your real Mahashivratri will happen. So we start understanding that, and what I am telling you is to keep imagining. I will give you a very terrible experience. Keep imagining with me, if there is nothing in this universe, there is no moon, there is no sun, there are no stars, there is no planet, there is no galaxy, there is no Milky Way, there is no color. Black color is also a part of the universe. So if there is nothing in the universe, then there will be no black color. If you start doing this imagination, and as soon as this imagination comes to an end, that is, at that moment when you are thinking that even if there is no black color, then what will happen? As soon as this imagination comes to an end, your imagination cannot go ahead. You will become thoughtless from here. Your thoughts cannot go ahead. The last point, that even if there is no black color, then what will happen? You break ahead of it. You start feeling the void, emptiness, nothingness. You are trying to understand that nothingness, but you are not able to understand it. You are trying to understand that emptiness, that if there is no black color, then what will happen? But you are not able to feel it. That emptiness, that nothingness, that emptiness, that is Shiva. Shiva is called nothingness. This happens in reality. You pause the video and imagine it right now. You have live proof. You will imagine it at the end. You will feel emptiness. And while understanding that emptiness, you will become that emptiness. Do it now. You will experience it. This experience that you have, this is the real Mahashivratri. But this experience is external. This experience we have done in our imagination, in our thoughts. Meditation, samadhi, spirituality is beyond thoughts. If I think in thoughts that my Kundalini has awakened, my chakras have awakened, I have become enlightened, that is a thought. I did not become enlightened in reality. My Kundalini did not awaken in reality. It was just a thought. It was just an imagination. In reality, imagination is not experience. Imagination is imagination. So whatever we imagined, whatever we tried to experience, we did it in our thoughts. We have to experience it in our real body, what we did in our imagination. The imagination that you broke, it happens in reality in you. How? How does Mahashivratri happen in you in reality? To explain this, our sages and sages have given us the festival of Mahashivratri in the calendar. The festival of Mahashivratri happens to explain the Mahashivratri inside you, not to sing, dance, drink. Understand, I will explain to you how. In the outside world, not Mahashivratri, I will talk only about Shivratri. There are 12 Shivratris in a year. When is Shivratri? The darkest night of the month, which comes before the full moon, we call it Shivratri. That night there is no moon, no sun, no stars. If you go out that night, there will be very few stars. It is a complete dark night that is called Shivratri. Every year, every month, there is one Shivratri, right? Now this same Shivratri happens inside your body. You will ask how? Is there sun and moon inside the body? Outside there is sun and moon, and when the effect of both is stopped, it becomes a dark night. We call it Shivratri, but all this happens inside the body. How? I will explain. There is sun and moon inside our body. You keep your finger under your nose. You will find that more air is coming out of one nostril, either right or left. After a while, again keep your finger under the nose. The air coming out of the hole will stop and the next one will start. That is, the holes of our nose keep changing. Why? Because sometimes the moon works inside us, sometimes the sun works inside us. The amount of breathing you do inside and outside, sometimes the moon works, sometimes the sun works. Just like the sun comes in the outside world, it goes. The moon comes, it goes. The sun comes, it goes. The moon comes, it goes. Similarly, in our body too, sometimes the moon works, sometimes the sun works. Someone is doing one thing, someone is in one effect, but for the Shivratri inside us, we have to erase the effect of both. When the effect of both is stopped, that is called Shivratri. In the outside world too, when there is no effect of the moon and sun at night, it is dark night. We call it Shivratri in the outside world. So similarly, this should happen in our body too. It happens. When does it happen? See, if you breathe into your body, then your Chandranadi and Suryanadi will work. If you don't breathe into your body, then the effect of Chandranadi and Suryanadi will stop. Understand, you don't just breathe into your body. Stop breathing. Now see, as soon as you stop breathing, Chandranadi and Suryanadi cannot work. It needs breath to work. Now it will stop working. The effect of both is gone. This is called Shivratri. When Chandranadi and Suryanadi get emptied, the effect of both is gone, then it is Shivratri in our body. And how many Shivratris are there? The number of times we exhale and breathe again, there is a gap between them, which means you took a breath in and left the breath out. Now there is a gap. After that gap, you breathe again. See, let's do it. Inhale, exhale. Now there is a gap. After exhaling, there is a gap. Then we inhale again. See, let's do it again. Try to do it with your eyes closed. Inhale, exhale. See, now there is a gap. We are not inhaling. There is a gap. When Chandranadi and Suryanadi get emptied, the effect of both is gone. Then it is Shivratri in our body. And how many Shivratris are there? The number of times we exhale and breathe again, there is a gap between them, which means you took a breath in and left the breath out. See, let's do it. Inhale, exhale. See, now there is a gap. After that gap, you breathe again. There is a gap. After that gap, you breathe again. See, let's do it. Similarly, our sadhus and saints have also explained this outside. You know, how many Shivratris are there in a year? This has been shown outside through the year. In our body, we have to understand through our day. How many Shivratris are there in a year? Similarly, how many Shivratris are there in the body? But the real meaning of Shivratri, well, it will be when it is Mahashivratri. When is Mahashivratri in the outside world? When you wake up at night on one Shivratri. When it is a dark night, you wake up. That is called Mahashivratri. Similarly, how many Shivratris are there in your body? How many gaps are there? If you keep waking up in one of those gaps, if you keep waking up in that emptiness, this is the real meaning of Mahashivratri. How will you wake up in that emptiness? I will tell you later. But if you keep waking up in that, that is called Mahashivratri. The same thing happened which we had imagined earlier. What did we imagine? If there is nothing in this universe will be empty. If there is nothing in this universe, then nothingness, emptiness, void. You see that void. You try to understand that void, but you are not able to understand and you become that void. The same thing is happening. The gaps after your exhalation. How many Shivratris are there in you? When I say Shivratri, understand that is the gap after your exhalation. You left one breath, after that there is a gap until you take another breath. That is Shivratri. So whenever I say Shivratri, you understand that I am talking about that. So in one of your Shivratris, close your eyes, experience it yourself. I will tell you the technique.
Keep concentrating on that gap. Stay in that gap for some time. Don't try to take breath again. Stay in that gap for some time. You get into your body at that moment. When there is no breath in your body, then who survives? Only your soul, nothing else. Your soul is looking at that emptiness, and that emptiness is looking at your soul. As soon as you see, you will become one. You don't have to die. I am not telling you that if you don't take breath, you will become one with the emptiness. No, if you do this all your life, not just all your life, just do this exercise for a month. Do this meditation, keep concentrating on the gap after exhalation. Not even for a month, just for a week. For a week, pay attention to that exhalation. That exhalation when you will be awake in that Shivratri, that means you leave your breath. After that, you don't have to go to sleep. As soon as you leave your breath, pay attention to that. After that, wake up. Try to find inside the emptiness. You won't get anything but witness that emptiness. See that. Emptiness, and you are watching that. Whenever you are doing exhalation, take out 5 to 10 minutes in a day, close your eyes and sit in your room. All that exhalation is emptiness, that is Shivratri. In that Shivratri, you try to see Shiva. Shiva is watching you. Do it now, you will experience it. It is not a big deal. Any common man can do it. Who has never paid attention, he can do it. Try to feel that emptiness. Become a witness of that emptiness. Try to find in that emptiness, you will get yourself, you will find yourself. This is called Atma Kirat. Your Atma's day happens when your body has breath. Atma's night happens when you leave your breath. And in that Atma's night, when you find Shiva, that is called Mahashivratri. I will make it very simple. I will break it completely. All the Shivratris, all the exhalations, in any one of those exhalations, the day you witness that emptiness, and that emptiness witnessed you, that is called Mahashivratri. That is Shiv's night, when light comes inside, that is called Mahashivratri. There are 12 Shivratris in a year, but one Mahashivratri. There are many Shivratris in a year, but one Mahashivratri. When you witness that emptiness, don't try to find Shiva. Don't try to find when you will witness. Simply, after exhaling the emptiness, go into that emptiness. Now I will give you a sutra, which my guru gave me to explain this thing, which you heard in the whole video. My guru explained this in one sutra: the shadow of light, the song of darkness, the light of night, the love of awakening. Now comes the real sutra, the fullness of the moon. Make it empty, go deep inside, erase everything. The fullness of the moon, that is, the moon inside you, make it empty, go deep inside, erase your thoughts, erase everything, go into that emptiness. The deeper the emptiness, the more intense the inner fire. The deeper the emptiness, the darkness, the deeper the darkness, the deeper the emptiness. It won't happen in one time, it won't happen in 2 times, it won't happen in 3 times. Will you do this meditation technique for a month, a week, 15 to 20 days? I have explained this in one sutra. It is not a big deal. I have explained it to you in connection with Mahashivratri. So when you will do this, the deeper the emptiness, the more intense the inner fire. The inner fire, the inner light will become more bright. Just sink in one moment, touch the sky of the body. The moment you get, after exhaling, touch that emptiness. You get 1 moment of Shivratri. Go in that moment and touch the sky. Then you will get the moment again. Go and touch. No mantra, no mudra, no breath. Just listen to me. Become the light. No mantra is required. No mudra is required. No breath is required, because breath is also finished. In many meditation techniques, sometimes you need mudra. No breath is required. Just listen to me. Become the light. Just listen to me. You will get the light. The light will arise at one time. The peak of this night will become the light. That is, it will become a light in the dark night. This is called Mahashivratri. This is called Mahashivratri, the lamp of Shiv Tattva. The lamp of Shiv Tattva. This is the real Mahashivratri. This is the real Mahashivratri. Only through love, we are made aware. Just understand, don't do anything. It is a simple meditation technique. If you do this on the night of Mahashivratri, if you do this on the night of Mahashivratri, which is the night of Mahashivratri, which will come, you wake up on the night of Mahashivratri, and you do this on the night, you do this midnight, this can help you to go into the inner emptiness, because the outer moon is connected with our brain. So the thoughts in our brain become less. The vibration of our brain becomes less. When the full moon is there, the vibration of the brain increases. If you go to a mental hospital on the day of full moon, they all scream more. If someone is depressed, they become more depressed. But when the night is dark, moon and sun are not there, then the brain becomes calm. So if you close your eyes and you keep doing this in the space of the body, in the moment after the exhalation, keep this sutra with you. Maybe one day, it will be Mahashivratri for you. And these people who talk about fasting, it is not that it should not be done. When you fast the whole day, then you are preparing for that night. Consider this as the inner one, not the outer fasting. When you fast mentally, if you keep your mind calm the whole day, and at night, when you sit to do it, you will be able to immerse yourself in it, in your sunyata. So it is. Not bad, it is right. Fast that day in any way. Just give less nutrition to your body so that the body becomes thin that day. If you don't eat, the outer layer of the body will be thin, so you will be able to go inside. This is called real Mahashivratri. What we had imagined in the beginning of the video, that imagination, you will experience it in reality. In imagination, we had to erase the sun. We had to erase the moon. Here, we don't have to do anything. Just close your eyes and immerse yourself in the gap after exhalation. There will be a moment when what you felt in that imagination, it will be there. And it will happen when you will be able to sleep. If you are in sleep, you will fall asleep. So do this meditation. When you have slept well, you have taken enough sleep. Stomach is empty, enough sleep, and I don't have any rules. Everyone has rules. My guru didn't teach me about rules. There is no rule inside. It is our own. To say a lot, to explain a lot. Don't know how many people would have understood this. This is Mahashivratri. Now you, when you will be able to experience Mahashivratri, it is on you. Everyone has to worship Mahashivratri. This is Mahashivratri video from my side.